activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough.
Governor of Minnesota. His name is Tim Walz. Tim Walz. Oh, he's a Democrat. That's why.
There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community, they're business owners, they're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans.
This nigga pussy. This nigga's pussy, bro. Listen, man. Yeah, let's get off of this. This is some politics bullshit. Don't give a damn. I'm glad it's, I'm not glad the incident happened. I'm glad it's not turned into a race thing. I think this is more of a government versus local thing. Obviously, again, we're not happy no one died. But as long as it stays there, I think, tensions will somehow be worked. It'll work itself out. This is Democrat versus Republican, which is usually a lot better than, African Americans feeling like they're getting executed. So.
I got a question though, real quick before you change the topic though, X.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the agent should have accountability, like should be in jail for what he did?
Like for what?
For clapping her.
You said the agent should be in jail for killing her?
For clapping her, do you feel like the agent should be in jail?
Hell no. For what?
Really? Oh, all right. I don't know. Like, I just...
No, wait, no. Give me the points here. Yo, all right, put it like this.
All right.
If a police officer kills somebody and is justified, should they go to jail? I think, again, let me tell you this. And people have to understand my reference point. I am not speaking politically. I'm speaking like, by the way, some of y'all already think I'm right wing or whatever. As I said, I vote based on whoever I fuck with. You know what I mean? Maybe in 2028 I probably will vote for a Democrat. If maybe Gavin Newsom will step up, right? But here's the thing. I'm like really a law and order type of nigga. Right? Like, bruh, I'm not a I hate police type of nigga. I fuck with police. So if you do something and the police smoke you, I understand. Here's the thing. I know people like, there's too many people like making some other shit up. Again, you learn this in if I'm learning this in a training for concealed carry, imagine what they're learning as law enforcement. Bro, self-defense is all about what you know at that time. So we're sitting here watching 50 different angles. We're like, no, she's not a killer. Like we don't think that. But in the moment, that cop thought he was going to get ran over. That's all that matters. And that's what people got to realize. The only thing that matters, even if there was and by the way, it kind of helped K Flock too. Like, not to just like jump things, but self-defense in every place is about what you knew at the time when you chose to defend yourself. If a nigga's arguing with you, like this is real, a nigga's arguing with you, and he says, yo, man, I should shoot you right now, and he's growing in his pocket. And he's like, yo, bitch ass thing, I'm about to kill you right now. And he pulls out something that's black, but it's a cell phone, and you didn't seize the cell phone. You take your gun out. You shoot him. You're going to beat the case. At max, you're going to get like 2nd degree or 3rd degree manslaughter. Right? You know why? At the moment when you shot the nigga dead, what you knew is that he's threatening you, you think he's going to shoot you, and you shot him. To put it into this situation, again, these are federal cops. They don't police. They don't do traffic stops. They're not in these communities. They're not working with people and having to deal with a chick with a bad attitude who feels entitled. They just do what they're told on a federal level. So I admit that. This is why you shouldn't want federal agents in your city. Because a federal agent is not going to act like a local cop. A local cop going to be like, Yo, that's a nigga that live over there. Yo, he always beefing with his bitch. We've been to his house 4 times. Like, yo, your local cops knows you. You get what I'm saying? The federal cops, they don't have that training. That's where I blame the state and the city, because y'all could have the feds are gonna do what they want. Like, what you gonna do? Go to war with the feds? They're gonna beat your ass. So the feds gonna do what they want. They're saying, y'all gonna help us or not? Certain states are saying, we're not helping you, so we're not giving you our cops that could deal with people better. So, you know, the feds are gonna, you think the feds are gonna be like, oh man, you're not giving us your cops. We're just not gonna do what we're gonna do. No, they're coming in with niggas who are trigger happy, and the way they look at stuff is just by letter of law. My life is in danger, you dead.
You seen the video though, right?
Yeah, I seen the video, yes.
All right. So, do you feel like his life was in danger when that car drove off?
That's the thing about self-defense. Again,
I know.
I'm not in that
it's
position.
About how you feel.
I'm
It's
not in
about
that
how you
position.
feel.
Yeah, I'm not in that position. So when I'm watching it, and the angle I'm watching it from, I'm like, nah, he kind of like stepped out the way, but Shorty did try to hit him, right? But I don't think she tried to kill him, right? It's not about what I think. That's the thing about self-defense. It's not about what I think. It's about what he thinks. And again, I'm telling you, this is why it's a bad situation, because all of these federal agents are going in on edge. They're going into all these sanctuary cities. They're getting shit thrown at them. People are protesting and they're getting bullied. People are shouting shit at them, and they're not local cops. They don't know how to handle it. So now, if you try to buck at the minimum, they're gonna kill you. I'm being honest. They're gonna kill you. That's all. They don't have training to. They don't have bean bags. They don't have tasers. They have a gun. Yo, your local cops got the bean bags, the tasers, they got the baton. Look how these niggas coming. They got a big ass bulletproof vest on and jeans. Bro, come on, dog. Like, just look how they coming. Like, if you look how these niggas is coming, you clearly be able to tell that these niggas they're not trained for regular shit. Let me see if I can, let me pull it up. They're not trained for what your local officers trained for.
Yeah, no good communication or nothing.
Yeah, bro. Let me see. Here we go. Look, yo, just look at how they're popping up, right? Look. Look. So it looked like they were dealing with this issue of this woman blocking a road, right? What does he have in his hand? Does he have his own phone too? I can't tell. What's this in his hand, chat? So he has something. Look like he has his own phone too. Bro, they're not even moving like cops. But here's the thing. The problem is, the feds are going to do what they want. Like, your state will never run the feds. I live in Jersey. If Jersey start acting up, the feds come over here and slap everybody. And that's going to be what it is. Like, the feds run shit. Like, you know what I mean? The state don't run shit. The feds run shit. So when they say, all right, we need this law enacted, and then the state government says, well, we ain't finna deploy our police to handle that. You know what the fed says? All right, say less. We got the National Guard. We got our agents. We're going in that bitch. So like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is there an argument about that? Like we're supposed to be like, no, get
the
out of
real
here?
question is this: like, how much power you want to give ICE?
Brother, we live in
like,
hey, brother. I'm glad you said that. I'll answer. Well, ICE is the federal government. This is not the United States of Delaware, the United States of Minnesota. This is the United States of America, which means the top guy is going to be the president. And yes, federal agents supersede what's happening locally. It's always been this. Like why are we acting like this is like some new shit?
I get what you're saying, but it just really depends on like, you can have I know people got government jobs, they have a federal job.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that you could kind of go somewhere else and kind of butt in.
Bro, that's exactly what it means. Bro, they legally have the authority to go in any of these places. They legally have the authority. Like it's not like they're breaking the law. If they're breaking the law, they'd be in jail. They legally could, if the feds right now see somebody in Michigan that they feel is like, working with Al Qaeda, they go to Michigan. They don't got to tell the Michigan officials. Of course they would, because obviously Michigan officials would play ball. But the feds run shit. Why are we acting like the state runs shit? The federal government does what they want. The funding for all 50 states partially come through the federal government. All 50 states are funded by the federal governments. They're the big dogs.
Man,
So
I just want to see. I ain't gonna lie. I want to see.
And here's the thing about the ICE thing. Anybody who don't want ICE running through their city should have voted and voted for not Trump. Trump said exactly what he was going to do. He said, I'm deporting these motherfuckers. Who you think was going to do the deportation? ICE. Nigga, he told everybody, and he won the election. So enough people. If we live in a democratic society, the majority of the people who voted agreed with this. Why are we acting like this is some abomination? The majority of people, when he lost in 2020, that means whatever he was trying to do, build a wall, do this, do that, the majority of people ain't agree. This time around, they agreed. Because this ain't no surprise thing he doing. He ran on it. He says, I'm locking the borders and I'm getting illegal niggas the fuck out of here. And he won.
I get that part, but it's like you got to keep that energy all around the board. These niggas in China just threatened to nuke niggas, and it was like, I dare the states try some shit. Like, so if he trying that with countries that he know that he could defeat, or the government doing that to countries that they know they could defeat, like in China, literally saying that I will
Bro,
push the button on United
China's a
States right
different
now.
beast. China's a different beast.
Yeah, so he got to keep that energy. These,
No,
these,
no, no,
these,
no, no,
these.
no. That's not
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
Hold on. I'll give you the example. We're not talking about a different country. We're talking about a state. Do you know what happens in China and Russia? Like, think about Russia. What's the guy's name? It starts with an L. When they were trying to do a coup on Putin, they killed the nigga. That's how it works. Like, if you don't obey the top nigga who runs, remember, this isn't like, maybe you're trying to refer to a Venezuela situation. We're not talking about that with this. This ICE stuff is like, this was the plan before Venezuela. We're deporting illegal people. For this particular thing, it's turned to some fraud shit that has to do with illegals. That's why they're like, they're in there. But the point is this: in no other country do they allow like a fraction of their country to buck at the bigger government without them getting squashed. Like, only in the USA you get the senators trying to tell, President Xi, or whatever the fuck his name is, from China. Do you think that the nigga who's like the mayor, I don't know what they call it, of Bangkok, could be like, President Xi, get the fuck out of here? That nigga he would have his head chopped up, diced like diced pineapples. What do you mean?
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying then?
I get what you saying. What I'm saying is this: you see how these federal agents is just gooning niggas, right? You see how Trump is allowing these federal agents to just goon niggas and do whatever they want, right? Clap niggas, not get go. You know what I'm saying? Like, do whatever they want, right?
No,
So
I
what I'm
don't
saying is
think they
this:
could do whatever they want. If they had just shot somebody, if he was just standing on the side and the woman's there, and rather than approaching the woman, he just executed her, he would be in federal custody right now, I believe.
I don't believe that.
So
I done
you
seen these
believe
niggas
that?
do so much,
So you
gang.
believe that ICE could just flat out execute somebody with no,
Yes,
with
yes, 100%. Yes, the only difference between cops and a gun is when a cop shoot a nigga, they don't get fired. When a gun shoot, it get fired. That's the only difference between a cop and a gun, gang.
wait, say this again. The difference
When a
between
cop, the difference between a cop and a gun is when a cop shoots somebody, or when a cop shoot, it don't get fired. When a gun shoot, it get fired. You understand?
not all the time, not all the time.
Bro, these niggas don't be held accountable, gang. I can't believe I just watched a cop clap a chick for no reason, gang.
Hey,
She
hey,
was
hey,
trying to get
hey,
out of there.
hey, the woman, the woman that threw hot water, Saya Massey, I think that cop got indicted, I believe.
Act, that nigga got the least time in the world, gang. That nigga got a release date. YMW Melly did 6 years, about to do 10 years with no release date. Like, it's no justice if it's cops, gang. Like, cops could literally do whatever they want. Like, if you want to get away with a crime, just be a cop, gang.
Yes. So he was placed. The DOJ was looking at charges for that, and he was placed on administrative leave. He was indicted by grand jury for 3 counts of first-degree murder. He had like
The Justice Department is
we
opening
saw that
a civil
video.
rights investigation.
Like, yeah, she was saying whatever, but like this idea that he could just murder her in her own home, like, no, he got indicted. So like, I'm not gonna agree that every cop that kills somebody just gets off. This guy was indicted for murder, 3 counts. You know.
That's 1 out of a million.
But here's the thing though, cops do have some special status where if they're doing their job, and if you put their life in danger, they're not gonna get charged with murder if they murder you. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry to say that. And again, listen, I'm sitting here and saying it's such a fucked up situation. I feel like, yo, homie could have sidestepped it and maybe not shot, but like, who am I to say this from behind a computer? The nigga's in the field. Also, this is no. Also, here's the thing. This is why you don't play stupid games, because maybe another cop sidesteps it. Maybe another cop takes the hit, breaks his ankle. Fuck it, but he doesn't pull the trigger. Because here's the thing: your ankle could probably heal back up. Even if you get hit, you get bruised, whatever, you could heal. You clap somebody, she dead for life. I get it, but this is why you don't play stupid games. Because you're going to get the cop that's going to say, not today, I'm making it motherfucking home. And he's going to blow your head off. He's going to split your wig.
Man, the real question is, niggas gonna crash out for this white woman like they did for George Floyd? That's the real question.
Well, here's the thing. This thing is now triggering to a community of people that look at these ICE raids, you know, because, by the way, because it's a federal thing, it's like abortion, right? They banned abortion in certain places, but certain places is legal. Like, it would be the places, like, you know, obviously, it would be the places that it's legal in. If they forced those places to shut down, people would be the most mad. So, like, when you think about this particular situation, people are going to get the most upset about this because they don't want ICE there, right? In other places, they don't care. Like, if we're talking about, like, we haven't seen it, or maybe I'm just, you know, just not that much in the loop. We're not seeing a bunch of cities protest ICE running through Texas. We're not seeing that. We're seeing them protest when it's running through some areas and cities that are hugely, you know, concentrated with Democrats and also immigrants. So again,
I agree.
So again, the people there, they didn't want ICE. So I get it. So they're gonna. This is a igniter for them to protest. Maybe some riots. Niggas might want to get to Walmart before the, you know what I mean, the 79-inch TVs go out of stock. You know what I mean? They might want to do what they got to do. But hey, it is what it is.
Man, all I gotta say is, man, we better know this lady name like we know George Floyd.
Well, I don't think that, you know, I think the George Floyd thing fractured. It started off a chain of events, but it fractured the relationship that the community had with the cops. Like, no longer did people from the community feel like the cops was there for them. You know? And that became
People can't trust the federal government right now. That might be the chain event.
Hey, I hear what you're saying, but Donald Trump won the election. That means half the country voted him in. And the way how it works, you got to wait till 2028 to vote him out. That's just how it works.
So you really think we're going to take it on the chin that ICE killed a white woman? You're going to take this white woman death on the chin?
Yeah. Yo, sound like you want to go protest, Wale. Yo, sound like Wale want to go protest with his white woman, man.
You know Wale love his white women. But I understand both sides. I really do. Like, it sucks though, bro. It really do sucks.
Yeah, no, it's an unfortunate incident, definitely. Like, like nobody would want to salute or like be glad that somebody died, but it is like that talking point and a teachable moment to say, yo, blocking the road goes beyond the scope of protest. And I see this a lot with them woke people. They don't like some shit, they block a highway. All right, cool. Maybe, well, if you block the highway when citizens are supposed to travel, yeah, they're not justified to run you over. So they're just going to park and try to call the cops and do nothing. But if you block federal agents or police from doing police work, they're going to get you out the way. And at some point, if you keep bucking, you might get your shit split. It is what it is. Any last words from you guys? I'm about to go into this next topic.
Nah, hell no.